This is the Sean Campbell Show, a podcast for the aspiring and hungry entrepreneur.
Hey everybody, it's Sean Campbell, the Sean Campbell Show, a podcast by entrepreneurs and for entrepreneurs. And today I want to talk about using time management to help you scale your business if you're a solopreneur specifically. And as I'm doing this right now, I'm downloading a file, and it's going to be taking a while. I'm doing a video here for a client who literally called. This is 10:13 on a Saturday, July 4th of all days, and he wanted to get a video out today. So I was coming in the office anyway, because if you watch my previous video, I am all about working on the weekends. In fact, what's ironic is I always say I like working on the weekends because I never hear from my clients, but here it is on the weekend, hearing from one of my clients who needs a video out today on July 4th, specifically for the 4th of July. So it has to be done. It has to be done. And right now I'm very grateful that I've invested into the right programs I need and the right desktop and the right equipment that I need in order to get this done. 6, 7, 8 months ago, I probably would not have been able to get this done in a very timely manner. It would have taken me 3, 4, or 5 times as long to get what I'm getting done. But I literally put together a video for him for some audio he provided regarding the 4th of July, and it's a few minutes long. So it's a lot of work, but I have the software, I have the desktop I need, I have everything that I need. It's just a matter of getting my mind straight and kind of organizing this and getting it out there as quickly as possible, but a good product nonetheless. But that's kind of the topic of my discussion right now, as I will be kind of multitasking here. But the discussion is, as a solopreneur, how do you scale your business? And really the first 2-3 years of working for myself, that was one of my biggest things I did not know. I had no idea what I was going to do to scale my business, to get to the number of clients I have, to then double that and maybe triple that, from that time. And even right now, my goal for the year 2020 was to double my business. And, a lot of things have hit, so I've had to kind of, the favored word of the year, pivot and maneuver and find new ways of, income. And I've been able to do that, but one of the biggest things I had to do is really invest into the software to help me do that, so I can get things done in a fraction of the time that it normally would take me if I had just a regular laptop or a couple laptops I was working with, or even some software. And yeah, there is some upfront costs to that. I mean, the software I had to invest in this year really to accomplish what I'm accomplishing right now as I'm speaking to you, as I'm downloading a couple of components of the video to put it together. It wasn't cheap, but let's just say it was $300 for the year, right? But at the end of the day, it was going to save you hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of your time. Don't you think that your time, is worth more than maybe $100 an hour, right? So you're getting that back, 100-fold over the end of the year. Now, by all means, another way you can scale your business is finding good strategic partners that could do this for you. But maybe in this situation right here, especially this week that I had, it was end of month, beginning of a new month. It was very, very busy, a lot of stuff on my plate. This would have been something that I probably would have subbed out to somebody who is phenomenal with video, right? So there's 2 ways you could use some of your own resources to scale your business. Scaling your business, in my definition, is really being able to multiply your efforts, by this much, but get this much back in return, right? So that's one of the ways as a solopreneur but you really have to like forecast and budget yourself out and be very, very, stringent to a plan. If you found a program that would help you save, 5, 6, 7 hours a month of time, but you put that over a whole year and you're saving 60, 70 hours of time by doing something a lot quicker, a lot more efficient, you're looking at, a whole week's worth of capacity that you've saved yourself. Now multiply that by finding someone else that you could maybe sub some work out to, or maybe some other components that you could, invest in. Or maybe if you're working from a nice, good laptop, what would it be if you invested into a really phenomenal desktop that was super efficient, super fast, right? I had to be creative in a lot of things. I had to kind of put a couple of different programs together. Try if there's ever like a free program, for example. A great example was I tried out the LinkedIn Premium for a month, and I knew within a month that it really wasn't going to. Hold on, I'm doing another download here. Make sure I'm doing this right. But LinkedIn Premium, what I wanted LinkedIn Premium, what I was hoping LinkedIn Premium would do is be able to message all of my contacts or groups of my contacts all at once instead of individually, right? But it didn't have that function. And was it worth, I think it was $60 a month for my, did it save me more than $60 a month in time? And in my opinion, LinkedIn Premium would be it would be good if you're looking for a job or if you're trying to find people to, hire in other capacities. But for me, from purposes of what I want to do, it didn't save me any time at all. So it wasn't worth that $60 a month. However, if I was able to message big groups of my contacts on LinkedIn, I have over 8,000 connections. Now, if they had a feature that let me message each one of them, or maybe 1,000 a month or whatever at a time, then that would be worth, the time it would save me messaging each one of my contacts individually, even if it was a copy and paste type of thing, right? So, think about that and look into, software or hardware, upgrades for your business. And think about, okay, what are you doing there's a flip side to that, okay? So if you're going to buy like a desktop, for example, for $1,000, $1,500, look at it and how much it's going to save you in the time versus using a laptop or something else, right? Look at what you have already that could be, helping you save some time. For example, the desktop I got, it didn't have a webcam, but I already had a Canon Rebel, so I found software to help me integrate that into all my Zoom conference calls and whatnot, right? So sometimes you already have that stuff kind of laying in front of you. Sometimes you just got to find deals. I invested into a drone, that way I won't have to sublet that out. But is that saving me time or should I sublet out? You have to kind of weigh your costs and your time. I think the most important thing, the number one step to get all this rolling for you to see, how to scale your business. Is it investing into software? Is it investing into upgrades in other areas? Or is it investing into working with somebody else to sublet some work out? I think the first thing you have to do is really define how much you feel you're worth dollar-wise per hour. For me, I look at it, I'm worth about $100 an hour, my time, for what I do each and every day. That's what I'm worth. Now, if I invest in something, when am I going to get that return on investment, right? For example, this video I'm doing right now as I'm speaking to you. If I had to sublet this out on a, emergency basis to get this to my videographer, who's phenomenal, but she probably would have charged me a couple $100 for this, right? So could I put that couple $100 and keep that in my pocket, or could I work for about an hour in putting this together and getting this out for my client, right? So there's that. And you have to kind of weigh in other factors. This is kind of very, very one-off situation. It really is. Most of the time you're getting something and you're planning ahead a little bit, so you have a few days to accomplish this. But anyway, that's kind of the it's a very fluid formula, I believe, in scaling your business. Scaling your business is, to me, it seems like the bigger your business, honestly, the simpler it would be, because you have the resources and you have previous models you're probably working with, and you have a lot of other things that you have that you can say, yes, if I do this, if I plug in A and I put in B and I take away C, I'm going to expect this. But as a solopreneur, it's a little more fluid, right? Because you're a jack of all trades, you're wearing different hats every day. So in my opinion, I think if there's any question, or even if you're on a fence, in my opinion, you go for it. You invest in something that's going to save you time, and you may not see immediate results in that investment on a daily basis, but look back and see what you've accomplished on a weekly and a monthly basis, and you'll be surprised. That's going to open up you not only to be able to do more in a lot less time, but your quality is going to go up, and you're going to be able to open up other streams of revenue because you're going to have more services you're able to provide, or you're going to be able to serve more clients or more customers in the same amount of time. So that's, my 2 cents on scaling your business. Invest in yourself, invest in people that you trust, and to subcontract some of the work out, or invest into some new upgrades on your software or hardware and get it done. So I appreciate you tuning in. There's going to be a little circle up here pretty soon. Subscribe to my YouTube, listen to my podcast on Anchor or Spotify, Google, or Apple, or a bunch of other platforms you listen to great podcasts, including mine. Appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to The Sean Campbell Show. Follow us on Instagram at The Sean Campbell Show.